Welcome back to Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number 456. No double shot this time. It turns out that the G.I. Joe trade I was planning on reviewing, I've already reviewed it. Episode 327. Look it up on my channel, and of course also look it up on the list. Basically, that's where I review Classic G.I. Joe Volume 18. But I do have one other trade, and it is DC Rebirth. It's Deathstroke Volume 1, The Professional, written by Christopher Priest, with artwork by Carlo Plugin, I think that's how you pronounce the guy's name, Jason Paz, the writer of G.I. Joe Larry Hama, Joe Bennett, Mark Morales, and Bardino Barabo. I think that's how you pronounce the guy's name. Yeah, and the cover art here is done by Akko and Romano Fajo Jr. And these guys also do the original cover art, along with Carlos Pelaya and Jason Perret and Paz. Yeah. Now, this particular book collects the first 5 issues of Deathstroke Volume 4 and his Rebirth one-shot. The official storyline is simply put just Deathstroke going back to business after the events of the previous volume, which basically, this is kind of a semi-continuation of that. Because, and one thing I thought was really interesting in the last couple issues, I'll get to it in a minute, they do reference something that happened in another series, and thank you, editorial note. Yeah, I keep thinking, man, keep bringing these in, because otherwise, though, when characters mention stuff, the readers are like, what the heck are they talking about? Thank you, basically, editor, for putting that in here. And who was the editor of this thing? I have to basically look up this guy, this editor. Alex Atone, I think he's the editor of this. Thank you for putting the editorial note there, because otherwise, though, they mention something, and if that wasn't there, readers would be like, what the heck is he talking about? When did this happen? Yep, they mentioned it. Yeah, for the first few issues, they they also retcon the fact that they also establish in here that Rose is not Adeline is not Rose's mother. It's basically something they establish later. This is basically now Deathstroke in the first couple issues fights the Clock King. Seriously. Yeah, he fights the Clock King. And this is actually one of 2 versions of him in the current continuity. Yeah, this is the original Clock King. How? The costume is the giveaway. Yeah, surprisingly, he only appears in his Rebirth one-shot, and he appears in the opening issue, and that's it. That's the only time this guy appears. It seems something, though, that the first guy he goes up against is a Green Arrow villain. Now, yes, I do know about the black version of him that appears in the current book. He's appeared actually for the two-part Miko story from the current volume, and the fact Jeff Lemire created the character. So we have 2 different Clock Kings. Yep. And basically just Deathstroke just doing business, and the title professional is a great title for this storyline, because that's what he is, a professional. And of course you also have Rose appears a good chunk of pretty much almost all the issues in here. And for the last couple issues you have Deathstroke taking on, well, Batman. And, well, Robin. And of course the editorial reference basically they threw in here is the fact that Robin had basically mentioned he had beaten Deathstroke in issue 4 of the Robin Son of Batman series. That issue was written and drawn by the awesome Patrick Gleason, who I think was doing the covers for Super Sons. As far as I know, he's not doing it anymore. I know he's not doing the interior artwork. That's done by somebody else, but Peter Tomasi is the writer of that series. Yeah, for Damien, this came out just before the Super Sons series came out. So prior to this, it seemed like the only book he was featured in on a regular basis. Well, he only appeared in a couple other books. I mean, he regularly appears in Teen Titans, but at the time this came out, the only appearances he made were he appeared in that backdoor pilot for the Super Sons series. Excuse me. And of course, Teen Titans. This is one of his rare rare other appearances outside of his own comic book at the same time. So he also did appear in the third arc for Nightwing. The issues in here are great. I highly recommend this trade. People are fans of Deathstroke, and also people are fans of Christopher Priest. Yeah, it's just really, really good. And of course, there is a flashback scene of Deathstroke and his, well, now ex-wife basically having sex, and they of course show the aftermath basically of them butt naked, and of course she's like, yeah, right after they have sex, it's like, yeah, I want a divorce, probably because she's getting tired of basically his mercenary life. And of course they do show kind of graphically in the way, but they do kind of show in shadow Deathstroke, of how Deathstroke lost his eye. They implied in the previous continuity, but here they actually do show exactly how it happened. Basically, she fired a gun right through his head and went right through his eye, and somehow he survived. Well, basically he survived because of the experimentation done to him when he was in the military. And of course it's revealed that his wife actually trained him. But yeah, despite that semi-gross moment, this was actually really, really good. Also, Jericho shows up in here. Yeah, one of Deathstroke's sons, the one who's actually mute. Yeah, he shows up in here. And I should point out, though, that he actually wears his costume is a costume that Slade himself would later adapt for the storyline Defiance, which is the current storyline going on right now in the book, which I think is just about wrapping up, but there's a hiccup that happened in the last issue, which I will discuss when I get a chance to get my hands on the trade that collects it. Or at least maybe get hands on the issue itself. This is good. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. This is just really, really good. I love this character, and I'm a fan of Christopher Priest, so yeah, if I get a chance to meet him, I'm giving this sign this trade. I hope he comes to a constant. I have heard that he is going to take over the writing duties for Justice League after Brian Hitch finally leaves the damn book. He leaves with the next issue, which is issue 31. Yeah, that's the issue where he leaves. Starting with issue 32, he takes over the writing of the book. Hopefully the book gets better under him. I hope so, because of the 31 issues that come out, basically considered part of Brian Hitch's run, he has written all but about 5 issues of it. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Priest is doing a fantastic job with that series. Originally, that series was come out twice a month. Now it comes out only once a month. Starting with issue 20, they for some reason decided to do that. But yeah, there's stuff that happens later on, which I will get to when I get hands on volumes 2 and 3 of the trade series, which I hope to get hands on them soon, because I love the current Deathstroke series. It's really good. I'm still also hoping to get my hands on volumes 2 through 4 that collect issues from the previous one for this series. The 2 trades that collect the second volume, and the trades released so far that collect the first volume, which I think is about 5 or 6 trades. I'm not really sure. I have to look it up later. Okay, but until I see you on my next episode, which is episode number 457, which I hope by the time I get to do that episode, it's not a double shot. Okay, but until then, I will see you there. Bye.